studied biology at the American University in Beirut, and after that I did my PhD in Göttingen in Germany in microbiology, and afterwards I was a postdoc in Göttingen, and then I got a professorship then at the Hamburg University of Technology since 1990. To be a president of the university, it's a big challenge because you have the opportunity to go to a new path. You can modernize the teaching methods, the research, and so on. And especially nowadays, the technologies are developing so fast that the universities have to be modernized. And this was for me a big challenge to try to modernize our university, since our university is not a very big university, so we are flexible. And I think we were able in the last 6 years to modernize the whole teaching method. We are doing, for example, the project-based learning methods in which students, they can work on a project. They don't have to only just sit and get information from the internet or from the professor only. So they have to deal with this knowledge and then try to learn, of course, how to deal with the flood of information that we get. So it is extremely important to modernize the teaching and research, and this was the reason for me to run our university, and I believe we are becoming one of the top 10 universities in Germany because of our new technologies and new methodologies that we are developing. Of course, the industry is also interested in developing technologies that are sustainable, but of course there's a conflict between only sustainability and economics. Industries, of course, they have to survive and they need money for their research and so on, and so they have to find a way to combine both of these things. And I think the industry is very aware that if they develop technologies, they should be sustainable, otherwise the society will not accept it. And we have shown in the past, if the society does not accept the technology, you can develop what you want, it won't be then used by the society. So this is extremely important. The industry has to be sustainable. They have to go to develop new technologies, but they have always to think about the social awareness and the acceptability of these technologies, and they are doing that, of course. Of course, the scientific journal is very important because you have to disseminate the results that have been developed in laboratories all over the world. And by developing, by having such a journal, an international journal, you have the opportunity to connect people together. You have the opportunity to avoid multiplication or duplication of results, and this is very important, since by making networking and then trying to publish things all over the world, you can see who is doing what, and then you can, of course, maximize the result. And this is especially in the Journal of Extremophiles. This technology has been developed in the last years, and Europe and Japan were really leading in this technology. And based on this networking in this journal, we have big conferences every 2 years on extremophiles. So I believe it is not only enough to have digital communication. People have to meet with each other, because we have to be careful about the digitalization. Digitalization is important. It's a good way to communicate, but it's not enough. So the people have to meet each other, people have to talk to each other, and friendship should be developed, and this is also extremely important for science. I'm not first time in Portugal. I have been in many places, labs in Portugal. On the Azores Island, we have a nice collaboration with the university there. In Oeiras, we have with Helena Santos on compatible solute. These are products from extremophiles. With Milton da Costa, we have in Coimbra collaboration, and I met all these groups, and since 20 years we are collaborating in this field. And of course, the research in Portugal, especially I know from the field of extremophiles, is excellent, and I think due to the European Union project we had in the past, many big programs on extremophiles from the European Union, people came together and we were connected together, and this is extremely important. So since many years we have good relationship to many labs in the world, and this is also good to have this European spirit to work together in the field of science and technology, and by this networking you can develop a lot of important technologies for the society. I mean, besides science, I cook. People say I'm a good cook, and this is the reason I have in my university a big kitchen now, where I invite people, scientists, politicians, students, and employees once per month, and we cook together. And I found out that in the lecture room you cannot communicate very well. In the kitchen you can communicate very well through cooking and so on. You can talk to each other, and then you can have really interesting communication, not only with the scientists but also politicians, because it's important that what we do, that this information should be passed to the people outside the university. And this is the reason we have to find ways and means to communicate. And since I cook very international food worldwide, I learned from Portugal, from Middle East, from Armenian cuisine and so on. I bring things together, and this mixture is also important, and I believe this helps also to bring science forward. So I told today in my lecture that students should be more flexible. They shouldn't focus only on scientific parts of the university. They should have flexibility regarding social awareness. They should know about sustainability. They should know different languages. They should try to understand psychology of different people and so on. Because if we develop, we are now becoming worldwide active, and then you have to communicate with different mentalities. We have people with different traditions, and you have to bring these results that you are producing for society all over the world. So this is extremely important that students become flexible. They learn more than science and technology. They should be really good, friendly, and they should be. For example, if you are an engineer, you should be educated engineer, not only engineer. And educated engineer means non-technical aspects should be learned also, and this helps a lot for the future career.